Good morning. It's the next day, day 2 of our Tasmanian adventures, and we've woken up to an amazing morning. It's not raining, we've got a little bit of cloud in the sky, a little bit of mist in the valleys, which is nice. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. If you need a website, a domain or an online store, make your next move with Squarespace. I'm so blown away by the rainforests. We get nothing like this in Western Australia, so it is just incredible. So just the walk out to the waterfalls is an incredible experience. We had our first night camping in the van. We've got a little bit to sort out. Being our first time, we're a little bit unorganised, but in the end we're nice and comfortable. I had a really good sleep, so did the other lads. So this morning we've walked out to a couple of the other falls that we didn't make it to yesterday. Horseshoe Falls is just up ahead. You might be able to hear the water falling in the background there. And then we've got Horseshoe Falls after that. Horseshoe Falls is the one I'm excited about. Excellent, you made it. I don't get a lot of opportunity to photograph waterfalls of this size, so I'm really looking forward to this. So let's get going. So we're coming up to the falls now, and it is incredible. Absolutely amazing. Take a look at that. I've just come back now from Horseshoe Falls. You can see how ferocious the falls are, and there's heaps of mist that's coming off the falls, making it really difficult to vlog and also take a photo. But I've got a bit of a plan. That's to set up my gear away from the falls. I've got a clear shower cap in my bag, so I'll put that over the end of the lens. I'll get my composition right, my exposure right, and once I'm happy with the settings, I'll take the image. I don't know how much I'll be able to vlog of this, but I'm hopefully going to get an image I'll be able to share with you. I've just come back from taking that shot. Sorry I wasn't able to have the vlogging camera with me at the time. It is absolutely drenching. What I did, as I said, I took the shower cap, put it over the end of the lens and worked out what my exposure was going to be. Ended up being f8 and 1/3 of a second. For the composition it's quite challenging because the lookout bridge goes right across the face of the waterfall. You get a lot of blowback in that position, but you don't get a lot of foreground interest. So instead what I did is I went around to the side. I got more of the water that's rushing down in front of the waterfall as a little bit of foreground interest that leads the eye into the waterfall itself. I'm going to pack up here and we're heading up to Horseshoe Waterfalls next. So we've made it down to Horseshoe Falls. It's a beautiful falls. It's smaller than the others, but it's probably my favourite out of the three so far. There's lots of different composition opportunities here, so we're having lots of fun, spending a bit of time just exploring the area. At the moment, I've wandered into the middle of the river. I'm on a few rocks here, and what I'm trying to do is capture some foreground interest. I've got a couple of nice rocks in the foreground with some moss. Got some ferns even just growing off the sides of the rocks, and then of course all of the water that's falling through those rocks creating a pattern that leads the line up to the waterfall. Your stock standard waterfall shot really. At the front of the lens I've got the polarizer that just takes the glare off the wet rocks and really does intensify the colour. The greens really do pop when you've got a polarizer on. Got the 17 to 35 and at the moment I'm wide out at 17 because there's just such a massive vista. We've got some rocks, as I said. We've got some fallen trees on my right hand side. Got these lovely tree ferns on the left. So much interest. So we're going to continue exploring the area, looking at different compositions and trying to find the best one. As far as camera settings are concerned, I'm on f11 and ISO 64, which is the base ISO for the D850. The shutter speed I'm varying though because I've got some dark areas underneath the ferns and the logs. The waterfalls themselves are the brightest, so they're the ones that I have to protect on the right hand side of the histogram. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a series of shots at different shutter speeds, so I'm not auto exposing at all. I'm controlling those exposures and I'm just incrementing them from around about 4 or 5 seconds depending on my position and how many dark areas I've got, and I'm incrementing them all the way up through to around about a second to half a second seems to be right. I'm just going a few more up to 1/3 of a second to 1/4 of a second just to make sure that I've got all of those images with all of those data. I don't have to use all of them of course when I'm back in Lightroom. Anyway, I'll show you a couple of the shots now. So we've just finished up at the waterfall. I had a great time. Lots of different images to be had there, lots of different compositions. I probably could have spent all day there, but we've got more adventures to come, so we need to get back to the van, organise ourselves, and then head up, I think, to Cradle Mountain. How'd you boys go?
Yeah, awesome. As you said, you know, we don't get this stuff around where we're from, do we? So this is really, really new to me. So it's awesome. Good
Andy?
time.
Yeah, for me it was really good. That last fall at Horseshoe Falls was probably the best. I had that feeling on the back of the LCD that I actually came away with a decent image that sort of really made me feel a little bit more comfortable with today and yesterday's shooting. So good set of falls out here.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace. If you're not too sure who Squarespace is, go and check them out. They're an online platform that helps you build a website really, really easily. They've got lots of different tools, templates, and you can customize it to make it look and feel the way that you want. They've just added some new features to the analytics that helps you work out what traffic's come and be able to maximize your website through SEO, which is a really important part of building a website. In the end, all I need to do is focus on the content that I want to share, and Squarespace makes that really easy. So go to squarespace.com for a free month trial, and if you do check them out and you want to go ahead with a website, go to squarespace.com/Andrew Marr for 10% off your first purchase. The rain is really starting to come down now. Hope you enjoyed that video and the images that I took. If you did, give us a like down below. If you're new to my channel, go and check out some of the other videos and subscribe if you haven't already. Speaking of subscribing, make sure that you head over to Richard Lefroy's channel and Andrew Dawes. Check out their video of this adventure. I'm really keen to have a look at that. Check out some of their other videos and make sure you give them a like and a subscribe and follow along with their adventures. But until next time guys, thanks very much for watching.